It's important to approach topics about race and history with accuracy, respect, and a focus on truth rather than sensationalism. If you're looking for less widely known or overlooked facts about Black history, achievements, or contributions, especially those often underrepresented in mainstream education, I can absolutely help with that. Here are some powerful and eye-opening facts about Black history and contributions that aren't always emphasized. 1. Black Wall Street was a thriving Black economy. In the early 20th century, Tulsa, Oklahoma had a neighborhood known as Greenwood, nicknamed Black Wall Street. It was one of the wealthiest Black communities in the U.S., with Black-owned businesses, banks, hospitals, and schools. In 1921, it was destroyed in one of the worst acts of racial violence in American history, the Tulsa Race Massacre, but this event was omitted from many history books for decades. 2. The first open-heart surgery was performed by a Black doctor. Dr. Daniel Hale Williams performed one of the first successful open-heart surgeries in 1893. At a time when very few hospitals accepted Black patients or employed Black doctors. He also founded Provident Hospital in Chicago, the first interracial hospital in the U.S. 3. Black people were among the first cowboys. The American cowboy image is often portrayed as white, but an estimated 1 in 4 cowboys were Black in the late 1800s. Many were formerly enslaved men who used their skills to build new lives in the American West. 4. The Moors brought advanced knowledge to Europe. Black Muslims known as the Moors ruled parts of Spain for nearly 800 years, 711 to 1492 AD. They introduced advanced knowledge of math, science, medicine, architecture, and agriculture to Europe during the so-called Dark Ages, helping to lay the foundation for the Renaissance. 5. The U.S. government experimented on Black men without consent. From 1932 to 1972, the Tuskegee syphilis study involved the U.S. government withholding treatment from hundreds of Black men with syphilis without their knowledge to study the effects of the disease. This unethical experiment caused serious harm and sowed deep mistrust in medical institutions. 6. The traffic light and the gas mask were invented by a Black man. Garrett Morgan, a Black inventor, developed the 3-position traffic light, the modern red-yellow-green version, and the safety hood, a precursor to the gas mask, which was used in rescue missions and during World War I-7. The first self-made female millionaire in the U.S. was Black Madam C.J. Walker, born to formerly enslaved parents, built a haircare empire in the early 1900s and became the first female self-made millionaire in the U.S. She used her wealth to support civil rights and women's causes. 8. Africa was home to advanced civilizations long before colonization. Europeans often portrayed Africa as uncivilized to justify slavery and colonization. In reality, Timbuktu Mali Empire had one of the world's first universities, Sankar, and vast libraries with hundreds of thousands of manuscripts on medicine, astronomy, law, and philosophy, many still untranslated. The Kingdom of Kush in present-day Sudan ruled over Egypt at times and had female rulers candidates who led armies and governed empires. Great Zimbabwe, a massive stone city built in the 11th century, had complex trade systems and architecture, but colonial historians tried to claim Africans couldn't have built it. These facts were either hidden or dismissed because they contradicted the racist idea that Africans needed to be civilized. 9. Modern medicine benefited from unethical experiments on Black bodies. Henrietta Lacks, her cells, HeLa cells, were taken without her consent in 1951. They became the foundation for major medical breakthroughs: polio vaccine, cancer research, gene mapping, yet her family wasn't compensated for decades. J. Marion Sims, considered the father of gynecology, perfected surgical techniques by operating on enslaved Black women without anesthesia, under the belief that Black people didn't feel pain the same way. 10. Countless inventions were created by Black people, and often stolen. Many black inventors contributed to everyday life, but their credit was often erased due to racism or patent laws that excluded black people. Lewis Latimer improved Edison's light bulb with carbon filament, making it practical for home use. Without him, we might not have reliable electric lighting. Frederick McKinley Jones invented refrigerated trucks, which revolutionized the food industry and made long-distance food transport possible. Dr. Shirley Jackson, her work in physics led to the invention of technologies behind caller ID, fiber optic cables, and the touch-tone phone. Yet, most school books only name Edison, Bell, and Tesla. 11. The erasure of black resistance during slavery was deliberate. Happy slave myths where propaganda uprisings and revolts were frequent, but downplayed or ignored in American education. Nat Turner's Rebellion 1831, a mass uprising in Virginia led by Turner, a deeply religious enslaved man who believed he was chosen to destroy slavery. The rebellion was brutally suppressed, and over 200 black people were murdered in retaliation. The Haitian Revolution, 1791 to 1804, enslaved Africans in Haiti, led by Toussaint Louverture, overthrew French colonial rule, the only successful slave revolt in history. This terrified slave-owning countries, so it was suppressed in Western education for generations. Maroon societies, enslaved Africans escaped and built independent communities in the Americas and the Caribbean, often waging guerrilla warfare against colonial forces. 12. Hollywood and media often whitewash or villainize black history. Films and textbooks have long depicted Africa as a place of savagery and slavery, ignoring rich cultural, academic, and spiritual traditions. Egyptian and North African history is often whitewashed. Pharaohs are portrayed by white actors, erasing the fact that ancient Egypt is part of Africa and was ruled by people with African features. The magical Negro and black best friend tropes persist in film, reducing black characters to tools for white protagonists' growth. 6. Systemic racism is built into more than just the justice system. Redlining and wealth theft. In the mid-1900s, U.S. government policies redlining denied home loans to black families, preventing them from buying property in white neighborhoods. This stifled generational wealth accumulation. Even when black communities built wealth like Tulsa, white mobs, sometimes with government backing, destroyed them. Black Gs were often denied G-bill benefits after World War II, unlike their white counterparts. This widened the racial wealth gap dramatically. 13. Black cultures influenced global culture and are often imitated without credit. Music, jazz, rock, blues, hip-hop, all were pioneered by black artists, often co-opted by white performers who received more fame and money. Dance and fashion trends from black communities often go viral on social media, only to be adopted without acknowledgement. Language, African American vernacular English AVE shapes pop culture and internet slang, but is still stigmatized in academic and professional settings. 14. The real royal bloodlines of Africa are ignored before colonization. There were empires ruled by kings, queens, and nobles with sophisticated political systems. Queen Zinga of Angola resisted Portuguese colonization for over 30 years. Mansa Musa, Emperor of Mali, is considered the wealthiest person in history, adjusted for inflation. His gold pilgrimage to Mecca literally shifted the global economy. These figures are often left out of history books, replaced by Eurocentric tales of civilization.